Hello students, today we will study the poem The Cold Within, which has been written by James Patrick Kennett. This poem belongs to ICSE board for class 9th and 10th. Before I go into the detail of this poem, I would like to tell you something about poem, or we can say that poet, and I will talk about the central idea or central theme of this poem so that you can get an idea what we are talking about or what we are going to talk about in this poem. So this poem was written in 1960 during the African American civil rights movements, and this poem tells us the inhuman discrimination that was prevalent at that time. The poem Cold Within is completely based on the human discrimination, and everyone wants to take revenge from other people. This is the central theme of this poem, and the central idea of this poem is to enlighten the readers about the futility of holding hatred against other and discriminating on the basis of color, religion, and economic standard as well. So this poem gives us a beautiful message that we should not hate each other. This doesn't have any utility. This is completely futile to hate each other. So I will take you through stanza wise as well. So first stanza is this: six humans trapped in happenstance in dark and bitter cold. Each one possessed a stick of wood, or so the story is told. So the poet is saying that there is a story which is told like in this way, that once there were six people who got trapped by chance in dark and bitter cold area. This did not happen intentionally, it happened coincidentally, and each one of them possessed a stick of wood. So this is the kind of story is told. So simultaneously I will discuss with you the difficult words as well. Happenstance means coincidence, by chance, and trapped means if you have got trapped in a situation where you are unable to move or escape from that particular situation. Their dying fire in need of logs. The first woman held hers back. Four of the faces around the fire, she noticed one was black. So the fire they have lit is running out of the firewood, and it is in dire need to be refueled with the fresh logs. As I have already told you that each one of them possessed a stick of wood. So there was a woman among these six people. The woman can put the stick to the fire, but she does not want to part with her stick. Reason behind this is that she discovers that there was a black man who is sitting other side of the fire, and racial prejudice overtakes her common sense, and she feels that she will not part with her stick, and if she parts with her stick, it is completely wasted because she does not want to bring warmth and comfort to a wretched black man. So this narrow thinking has taken place in her mind, and she decides that she will keep her stick to her only and she will never share it. Logs means a large branch of a tree. The next man looking across the way saw not one of his church and could not bring himself to give the fire his stick of birch. Birch means the thin sticks of tree, and church here means belong to the same religion or same religious group. So turn goes to the next man, and he is looking across the way and saw that there was none of them from his church. Church means the same religion group. He was not sharing his religion with anyone. So this was completely weird for him, and this was completely scary for him, that he does not want to share his stick with anyone who does not belong to his religion. So the difference in the religion dispensation makes him feel that they are not truly his friend. So they do not deserve any altruistic consideration. And in the same way, he thinks that he will never part with his piece of log because the religious narrowness bedevils his wisdom. So we have talked about one woman and one man, and they have decided that they will not put their logs to the fire in order to keep the fire alive. The third man sat in a tattered clothes. He gave his coat a hitch. Why should his log be put to use to warm the idle rich? First, I will talk about the difficult words. Tattered means old or torn, completely torn out. And hitch to move by jerk. And idle rich means rich people who do not have to work. They have become rich, but they are very much lazy and they do not want to work hard. So, what is third stanza is saying? There was another man whose attire means that what he was wearing at that point of time showed that he was not so well off. He belonged to a poor family because of his appearance. It seemed like that because he was wearing tattered clothes and all that. So people had their own opinion that this man belongs to poor family. The other member of the group appeared to be relatively better off than him. So a feeling of jealousy gripped his sense of fairness. He decided that he will not part with his own piece of log. He reasoned that being a poor man, he does not need to sacrifice his log for the comfort of the others member of the group because they were already better off than him. And why should he give his stick to those people who are already rich, who are better than of him? So he decided that he will keep his stick to him and he will not put this stick to fire in order to keep the fire alive. So now, so far we have seen that nobody wants to share his stick of wood and they want to keep the stick with them. Reason behind this, their narrowness, their selfishness, and they are completely self-centered men. They are just thinking that they do not want to help anybody out because of some selfishness or because of some narrow thinking. They have decided that. The rich man just sat back and thought of the wealth he had in store and how to keep what he had earned from the lazy, shiftless poor. Now, the next one was a rich man who was sitting back and he was completely in thinking mode, and he was just thinking that there was a man that who the fire was slowly dying, and but he was engrossed in his selfish thoughts. Instead of worrying about that fire was dying, he never wanted to give a thought to that a fire was going to extinguish, and he was least bothered about this. So he pondered ways to keep his wealth out of the reach of the poor. So he thought that store means that what you have accumulated in the store for the future use, and shiftless means characterized by laziness. So he thought that he will never share his wealth with the poor man because a poor man was sitting over there. So he decided that he will not share his wealth with poor men because he thought that these poor men are crooks and they are dishonest people. So there is no point in sharing his wealth with them. So he did not bother to put his piece of wood on the fire. So now everybody has some reason to keep his stick with them. So they are least bothered about this thing that they will die or they will just come to an end after some time, because if they do not use the stick they will not be able to alive. But this thought is not coming in their mind because they are completely preoccupied with the selfishness and self-centered thought. The black man's face bespoke revenge as the fire passed from sight, for all he saw in his stick of wood was a chance to spite the white. Now the turn came to the black man, and fire was completely all and it was but extinguished. The cold began to bite. Now the bitter cold started to taking its grip on these people. The black man sat there, seething in anger. He was completely, his blood was boiling. Why? Because against the white people who had decided not to part with their pieces of wood to keep the fire light. Because there was a white man and he had decided that he will not part with his stick of wood and he will not bring comfort and warmth to the black man. So black man was completely in the mood of taking revenge from the white man. And bespoke means that made for a particular customer. This revenge was completely made for the white people, because black man was thinking completely in that way only. So rage against the white occupied his mind, and he was not able to introspect, and he had decided that if they had decided that they will not part with his stick of wood, and why should I? So this thing kept him away from the using his stick of wood. Revenge means the action of hurting and harming someone. The last man of this forlorn group did not expect for gain, giving only to those who gave was how he played the game. Now the turn has come of the last man, and he is completely selfish man, and his character is completely selfish, and he never did any good to anyone unless it was certain that later would reciprocate in the kind. Whenever he used to help somebody, he used to help those people who helped him in return. Otherwise he did not help anybody to, because he always expected something, or he that in reciprocation he will get something, and in that case he can help somebody out. So he could not part, because now he was thinking that there is nobody that who will help him out, so there is no point in putting his stick of wood to the fire, because they have already decided that they will not part with their stick, so why should I? So same narrowness and selfishness took place in his mind, and this narrowness was taking toll on their health and on their whatever you can say that mind, and this was making them completely crippled. So they could not part with their logs, because there was no way others would repay him for the gift. Forlorn means unhappy group, and not means nothing. The logs held tight in the death's still hands was proof of human sin. They did not die from the cold without, they died from the cold within. This is very beautiful stanza, and it gives a very beautiful message. Please read it again and again. And take home message is that we should not hate each other. This is absolutely impeccable stanza which will just make you think in a different way. Finally the fire went out, and the bitter cold fell on the area. People were all frozen to death. Even in their last moment, they held their pieces of logs tightly in their hands. And in hindsight, it can be clearly seen that cold selfishness and indifferent attitude of the members of the group caused their death. They could have easily staved off the painful and end by being sensible, normal, and benign, but they allowed the dark side of their nature to blind their judgment and good sense. The cold from their within caused their death. Cold means hatred, selfishness, narrowness. This caused their death. Not the cold of the weather caused their death. So, poet has personified death here. He is just treating the death as a person because in death still hands. He is saying that death has got hands and it is completely still. There is no movement in the hands of death. Completely tightly they are holding their logs in their hands and nobody is there to use them. Finally, because they have died and their selfishness, their narrowness, their prejudices led them to that death. So this was a very beautiful poem that we have discussed so far, and I hope that you must have understood each and every stanza, each and every line. I had discussed with you each and every difficult word as well. So in the last slide I will discuss you poetic devices which have been used in this poem. Is this poem is written in the form of parable. Parable means that when a story is told in the verses in the stanza, that is called parable. So first is personification. I have already told you that death has been personified by the poet here in death still hand. So personification means when we treat a non-living thing as a living thing, that is called personification. If I say that a room was talking to me, fan was talking to me, so this is the kind of examples we can take for the personification, because personification means that we give human character to the non-living thing. Alliteration. Alliteration means that repetition sound of the consonant in two or more than two words in the same line. In the bleak and bitter cold. So B and B. So alliteration has been used here. And metonymy. Metonymy means the word phrase used to mean something closely associated to it. Here the word church means from the represents the religious faith, same religious group. So I hope that you must have learnt a lot many things from this poem, and this video is completely useful to you. And if you think that you have liked this video, please share this video with your friends. Subscribe this, because you will get all the poems from 9th and 10th, and I will just provide you all the lessons also, Merchant of Venice also, each and everything. So please subscribe this, like this, and comment your feedback. And thank you very much. Have a great day.